are these people?
Bruce. The same people we met in Kiev. The same people that Ivar is staying with.
I've heard stories of Rus. They are a vast kingdom, rich in resources, huge armies. Perhaps they mean to invade all of Scandinavia. With Ivar's help and knowledge. How pleased he must be to think he is returning in triumph. We cannot possibly resist invasion from such a powerful enemy. And yet we must resist.
They have too many enemies right now.
Their armies in the winter.
Ask for help? From Aaawww?
In your heart,
From Wessex?
Maybe?
Maybe from Wessex?
Or
Maybe from Rollo even?
You have to reach out to him. Offering peace and the united front.
You say that because of your history.
Oh, fuck off.
What do you mean?
I've been told King Harold asked for your hand.
With respect. What other advice can that be? Kattegat cannot stand against Rus.
You're right. Hendelhild is correct. We must make common cause with King Harold. I charge you to leave urgently to King Harold's kingdom. Perhaps he will see sense and do away with his own vanity.
What do the Rus believe in?
They're Christians.
Again,
We are not only fighting for ourselves, but for our gods! And with Odin's help, we must succeed!
He's just so fucking done with Christians.
Possible that. And I want to thank you out there for your prayers for my wife and for my son. But since I lived in England, I could not help but recall them. They were Christian prayers to a Christian God.
Dude, you were Christian for a while. Like, don't beat on him.
I am, but I was a long time ago, a monk living in England.
Oh, fuck.
My name then was Athelstan.
Oh, well, the coincidence.
Athelstan.
Is he lying?
I was sent to a seminary in Rome. They chose to send me out into the world as a missionary. To take the word of God to those who had never heard it. The local people, discovering my purpose, nearly killed me. I had learned some Norse and I had met a Danish wanderer by the name of Otter. He spoke to me of his travels, of the wondrous sights he had seen and the miracles he had witnessed along the way.
Well, has he actually gone to America?
But he was sick and dying.
So he took his place? He was sick and dying, yeah.
Sure.
My ass.
I buried him. And I took his name.
Okay, don't trust him.
I came here to this young settlement. Reborn. It was then I determined to set sail again. And it was on this subsequent voyage that I glimpsed the golden land.
Okay, he's actually seen it then. But I don't trust him!
You lied to everyone here. And you have been living a lie ever since. You are a Christian. You are an enemy of our gods. So you deserve to die.
But
Well,
if
I mean,
you
that's-
kill him, you won't find this golden land.
And then,
She kept it.
That's the thing, like
here's
this.
the cross you used to wear. How could you have forgotten? You were baptized as a Christian. You prayed aloud to the Christian God.
Like, I get when he chose to go back to his gods, but he has no right to kill someone because they're Christians. Not anymore.
Speaking about hypocrisy, yeah.
I'd be more suspicious because he lied about it.
Yeah. He also lied again by telling his truth.
True.
Oh, brother has poisoned your mind, convincing you that I was your enemy. I'm not your enemy.
Well, you were before.
Get well. Get strong. We shall unleash our forces against our brothers. They will bear witness to our triumph.
We will discuss this after. Keep that in mind. Oh boy. I'm really.
Ivar.
Oh yeah.
It was me. Not you. Me. I killed her. Now she's dead. Who?
Like I said.
No. Lagatha. The bitch.
You didn't want to though.
You thought it was your fate. It was mine, Ivar.
That's his own victory, but
One that he got over his brother.
it destroyed him when it happened. But now it's his only, you know.
I killed her.
Oh, it's disturbing.
He got over Ivar right now. But not really a good thing.
How is Ivar taking it though?
Not
Like-
any state of mind.
Oh.
What do you want? I have brought you something.
That was smooth.
It's a wedding ring, so what?
It's not just a wedding ring. It's Floki's wedding ring.
He knows where he is.
I didn't meet Floki. I knew Floki.
Did Loki know that you were a Christian?
Yes, I'm sure. Floki left because he had no hope left for humanity.
He gave you his ring.
It was his most precious possession. But he no longer wanted it. He left this place naked.
I loved Loki.
I've told you the truth. I begged you to take me with you on the voyage to find the Golden Land. It means everything to me.
Isn't it really Athelstan?
It is a huge sign. Like, this is a huge
I
coincidence.
have no idea what that name means to me. The same symbols. The same people. These are the Rus. You have to understand how powerful they are and what a threat they pose. My greatest ambition, the purpose of my life, was to become king of all Norway. And now that I have achieved it, I don't know why. Why must I be dragged down? Forced to rely on unpredictable allies who have already shown to be weak and unreliable?
There's a bigger threat out there.
Why does it have to be like this?
Be wise. That's part of being king.
Words cannot wish this away. The Rus are coming.
I mean, you can go back to fighting Bjorn after.
After that, the threat is take care of.
I agree. But only if Bjorn's forces, his warriors, and his shield maidens come to me to protect the capital and not Kattegat, then I agree. We can be allies, huh? Why not? Why not? I am sure that Bjorn will agree.
Let's see how big of an army this thing is. Oh, he seems worried. That's not a good sign.
Did you know like that was only a part of the
Yeah,
army?
it's just a part of it.
They seem to be
Very
disciplined
organized.
and organized. That could be something really dangerous for the Vikings.
Ivar looked worried. That in itself scares me. Although, like, the armies in Wessex were also disciplined, but it did succeed against the Vikings, so it means nothing. It's the number that's important. Ah, fuck! It's a part of it. Fuck.
Okay, the Vikings are doom or in trouble, guys.
They're in trouble for sure.
Who can resist such an army? Nobody. Not King Harold. Not a Bjorn Ironside. Then their gods will be destroyed. There's my good friends.
I worked so
It's the end of paganism. The end of the pagan gods.
No, Ivar's not happy
I
about
want
this.
my gods to be destroyed. Shit.
That's a lot of people. Oh no. Okay.
So we are sure that this is only a part of the army.
He said so.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't just a part of the army, it's still a lot of people.
It's a lot of people
Shit.
indeed, yeah. But what I was about to say, you did say that the soldiers in England / Wessex were technically organized, but those are technically organized Vikings.
Descendants.
Organized descendant of Vikings.
Yeah.
So they are ferocious, disciplined, and very strong army.
And foreign too, you know, it's one thing. Like whenever Ragnar, for example, when he attacked Paris for the first time, they met with a new type of army. You know, the army in Paris fought completely differently from the one in Wessex.
Mm-hmm.
So the unknown factor is dangerous because they don't know how they fight, what they prefer in a fighting, you know, in a fight.
In Paris, they fight differently because they knew about the Vikings. In Wessex, the first time that they saw them, they didn't know about
For sure,
the Vikings.
but what I mean is
strategies.
the defenses of the walls were, you know, some of the technology that they used was completely different to what they were used to. It was new stuff and new ways of fighting that later on Ivar, Lagertha and stuff, they used too, but they didn't know about it back when they attacked Paris.
Mm-hmm.
It's an element of surprise. It's something new, and it could, you know, hurt them bad depending on how they fight. Like for example, just the fact that at first they thought they had the upper hand, they found them on the bank of the river and stuff, but they definitely expected them to show up. So they already have an advantage because they made the first move and they know who they are attacking, and Ivar is there to, you know, give them some knowledge and stuff. Whereas the people in Norway they don't know shit about the rest.
Yeah. I don't think that from what they saw about the trading part, they know about their fighting skills. And from what we saw, they got skills in camouflage and on horseback riding also. Something that I don't think that the Vikings have in their
fears.
In their skill set, I guess.
Well, no, they can ride horses just fine. Just we've never really seen them do it in battle.
We never see them doing acrobatics on horses during battles.
Have we seen the Rus do acrobatics on horses?
We saw some skills during battle when they first attacked Ivar's trading company.
Well, they use horses battle.
In battles when they were doing archery, and they use horses to move when they were fighting people.
So yeah, not knowing their opponent might hurt them bad. At least now Harold and Bjorn are probably gonna team up, so that's gonna help. But
he needs to leave Kattegat and defend the capital.
That's gonna ask. Kind of like Harold had to leave his pride behind and you know accept to team up with Bjorn. Bjorn will also have to leave his pride behind, and you know both of them need to focus on the common enemy right now because the enemy might be too strong for them to take on alone. So even together, that's gonna be hard. So they definitely need to team up and leave their, you know, difference aside for the time being. If they want to survive this and go back to fighting after, it's their thing. You know, they can do that. They need to survive first, and together is the best chance.
I think that Ivar's gonna do something against Oleg for sure, because with what you just said, that it's gonna destroy the pagan gods.
Well, the thing, we already know that it's you know, clear that Ivar doesn't want to support Oleg all the way, but I think that deep down he also wants to go back home. Now, he could surprise us, like, he could stab him in the back and help his brothers, but he's saying to Witzig that both of them need to go back and face their brothers and show them, you know, who deserve to be in charge. So I think right now he's just using, like, he doesn't want Oleg to be king in Norway or anything. He doesn't want him to succeed. and he's already planning to overthrow him with the help of his brother. But then he also wants to use Oleg to attack Kattegat in Norway and stuff. So it's part of his plans. Like, I don't want to say I've forgiven him completely, or I trust him completely to just turn a new leaf and decide that, oh, forget the fights and stuff. I love all my brothers. How he reacted to Witzek really is not a surprise. It's sweet. I understand it because he was alone for so long, and to have one of his brothers, the one who should by all means hate him the most, show up in need of his help, in need of guidance, in need of support. We know from Witzek's point of view that, you know, he probably didn't attack Ivar because after killing Lagertha, it's like his purpose has changed. Now he's embracing the fact that his purpose was to kill Lagertha, and that's all. Otherwise, he's gonna feel like shit for killing her, and he's gonna die in self-pity. But so he's not killing Ivar because it's not important anymore. You know, that wasn't his purpose. That's what he was saying. But then he also wants to lay it on, you know, on Ivar that he's the one who killed Lagertha. He wants it to be his pride, because if he lets it be something else, it's gonna be too much.
It's gonna crumble.
Yeah. I hate to see him this happy about killing Lagertha, but it's his only life. It's his life, you know, saver.
Yeah. Knowing that Ivar's mission was to kill Lagertha for so long, and it was his only obsession, to be the one to do it in his place might be, like you said, the only thing that's keeping Witzek sane right now. Because if he doesn't cling to it, he's gonna remember that he feels like shit. His girlfriend is dead because of Ivar too, and he has nothing. So I think that, I don't know if he's trying to maybe hurt Ivar by saying that I avenged your mother.
He did. Well, you did not. I don't think it was as much, you know, hurting Ivar as it was just proving that he was worth
better
something.
than him in a way.
Sort of. Because, like, you know, killing Ivar, hurting him, he thought it was his destiny, but now he's changed it. So, and now Ivar is the only brother he's got left, so that's kind of why he can't really do anything against him. He already looks better, and like I love that Ivar took that as an opportunity to just get a brother back and have someone on his side. He was genuinely happy. I just wish he would have said all he said to him when he was asleep, you know, to him when he was awake.
Wouldn't I said that if he was awake? That's the thing.
That goes to show that Ivar has felt really alone in the last few months. How long has it been since they
9
fought?
months. Torvi wasn't pregnant when he left.
True. Was she?
She wasn't.
Okay. Well, then in any case, he's been feeling
really
alone.
At least almost a year, yeah.
Almost a year. So, yeah, he feels alone. He wanted someone by his side. He's always wanted his brothers, you know, by his side. It's just that it got too intense, and with the Lagertha thing, like, that wasn't good.
I also think that since he killed Freydis and he left Kattegat, the boost of his ego about being a god kind of meltdown, you know.
For sure, he's mellowed.
He's technically more like he used to be when
he's
he was younger.
Little boy. He's a lost little boy that needs his brothers by his side. But the way I'm not saying it's not his fault. He definitely made this. You know, he's the one that pushed him all the way. But at the same time, with Lagertha killing his mom, it was also Lagertha's fault, you know. Bjorn couldn't go against his mother, and then people decided to go with Bjorn, and then Ivar chose to stay against Lagertha. It was a whole fucking mess, and now that Lagertha's dead, Bjorn is never gonna forgive Witzek. Ivar can't pretend to be on Bjorn's side because of this whole thing, and they did fight. So now he's got a brother that did what started it all, you know. Killing Lagertha was the thing that destroyed their brotherly bond. And Witzek comes back and he's like, I killed her, and he's goading, and he's, you know, happy about it, and he's trying to push Ivar down, saying like, oh, you wanted to do it, but I stole it from you. And Ivar's like smiling awkwardly. I feel like he's like, okay. The motivation behind all you're saying that is kind of disturbing. I think that he's glad that Lagertha's dead, but at the same time, he does wish he could have been the one to do it, and he understands that maybe Witzek is not in the right state of mind when it comes to killing her. Like, maybe he didn't want to kill her, so what happened? How did this happen? I don't know, his smile seemed so like, he was trying to smile like, oh, okay, Lagartha's dead, but at the same time, it felt so awkward to me. So I don't know, was it because he wanted to do it himself? Was it because he feels like it wasn't done the proper way? Or it should have felt bigger, or it should have been bigger than it is? I don't know. What I know is that he's happy that Vicek is there, and he's, you know, right back to trying to convince him to, oh, let's go, and together let's go against the others, because we deserve our place and back home.
Yeah, we already seen that, and it didn't end well the first time.
No.
I'm expecting, though, these two to have a deep conversation, because they need to talk things through.
Awake for both
please,
of them.
Because Vicek need to tell what he felt about everything.
Vicek needs to
even
stop
more so after
focusing
that
on,
Ivar killed the one that he loved.
I think that Vicek right now is stuck in the mental state of the gods are deciding for me, and my faith is what they tell me, you know, to do. So I did what they wanted me to do, and the rest is up to them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get off that mindset and focus on his feelings, what he really wanted, and how it destroyed him. Like you said, he needs to have a deep conversation with his brother. They both need to be open about their feelings. I'm not sure it's gonna happen, but they definitely should talk about this shit.
I want to talk a bit about Katya. From what we just saw, I might believe that more and more that she looks slightly maybe like Freddy's used to looks like, but she's not a doppelganger of Freddy's. And it's mostly maybe just Ivar's mind that is playing trick.
Probably.
Because Vicek would have recognized Freddy's if it was the case.
He would have at least blinked a little, like, what? So yeah, him not reacting at all means that she doesn't look like her, the way that Ivar sees it. It's his guilt. He's had this guilt of killing her since it happened, and he's seeing what he wants to see, because it's kind of like a ghost hunting him. Like, he can't let that go. Mm-hmm. So it keeps hunting him and making him hurt.
She might be just as beautiful as Freddy's used to be. She might emit the same aura that Freddy's used to have. So.
And she probably looks like her a little bit, but Ivar is the only one focused on that and, you know, obsessing over that. With good reason, he killed her. Mm-hmm. She did betray him, but he killed her. Yeah. And he loved her, so it's gotta hurt. So.
I love also the fact that when he was talking with his brother, it's come, so, what did you think about Oleg? He's crazy.
No,
about his wife. He's just so focused on.
Well, like I said, like, he's been alone for so long in this place, and he's not safe. Like, I'm saying it. I said it in the episode. Whenever they're close to Oleg, I feel like they're in danger. So yes, they will help him, you know, attack Kattegat and stuff, and Norway, but I don't feel safe for them in this place. And just Ivar's face looking at the army, because he's kind of preparing to go against that eventually, you know. He wants to defeat this guy, and he's not comfortable. But at the very least,
he is not comfortable. But the good thing about Ivar is, by seeing how the army fight, strategize, is gonna come up with a plan to defeat them. But you need to find a way to maybe go back with the Vikings and Scandinavia and make a plan.
Not with the Vikings. He's planning something with the brother.
Yeah, but they're gonna need an army to defeat them.
He's got his guys.
He doesn't have an army.
Well, maybe not as big as this one, but he's got people, and he's preparing as well.
Unless he's using the Oleg's brother's army against Oleg.
No, I'm pretty sure that the brother's followers are with the brother.
Yeah.
They're not with Oleg. Like, they know the brother left. They know he's free and stuff, so they're with him.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have a big army, but he's probably getting ready for something. Like, he's not just sitting back and waiting. Why did we start this? Like, why did we talk about Oleg? We were saying something and I completely forgot.
But you said that you think that both Ivar and Vicek would be in danger.
Yeah, but
by
before
being
that.
close to Oleg.
But before that.
Fuck, I don't think about anything else.
I'll watch the discussion and it'll come back, but...
About Gunhild and her tears of gold.
She's suffering a lot, but she decided to, you know, since her statue...
A position?
Well, yeah, son statut in French.
A status?
Her position at Bjorn's side is, you know, like she said, she is the wife of a demigod, and people look up to her. She's the queen, and they expect her to react as such. And it's a position of strength, and it's a position that is asking a lot of strength from her, but she is just a human. So she is suffering, but kind of like, Freya, she's keeping it all in. Mm-hmm. And she can only weep when her husband leaves, because when he's there, she needs to be strong. And, like she said, how can she respect Bjorn if he doesn't stick to his decisions? But she's the same too, she has to respect herself and stick with her decisions. And she acted like a queen, and she acted like a powerful person who was above all this shit. Kind of like she was saying to the new wife. Mm-hmm. Because they are married to Bjorn, and because of what it all represents, they need to be above all the jealousy and all the feelings. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt her. Mm-hmm. So instead of acting, out of jealousy and just, acting out of anger, kind of like Lagertha did back then, she chooses to ignore all of that, be stronger than that, but it definitely hurts her, and she shows it when Bjorn leaves.
She's alone. I like the fact that they use the reflection of the light to make appear that the tears look like gold, just like Freya. Mm. Unless she's really whipping tears of gold, which will be crazy.
Let's examine this woman. Mm-hmm. no, it's a metaphor for sure, but and there was a reason why she told that story. But it's just sad, because I hate that storyline, and I hate that girl. I don't think she loves Bjorn. I don't think Bjorn loves her at all. It's completely physical. And I don't think she understands what it means to be Bjorn's wife. And she's so petty, Like, as soon as she said, like, let's ally with Harold, her response was like, oh, you're saying that because of your past with them. And I'm like, fuck off. Like, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than this.
Didn't never show interest in Harold?
No, I know, but she's just acting. The other one is acting out of anger.
Well, she did look at him a close times, but just that.
Yeah, but the other one is acting out of jealousy and anger, because she wanted Bjorn for herself, and now she can't have him because he's sharing her with his wife.
He made a pro move on her.
So like she's not happy, and she's acting out, and compared to Bjorn's wife, whose name I still
Gunhild.
Thank you. No, she acts like a child, and she acts like a stupid, fool. So I don't like her at all. I think it's childish what she's doing, and that's why I'm on Gunhild's side, and I think it's really sad that she has to go through that at all, and that's why I hate this side of Bjorn.
Yeah, like you said, technically in Viking culture, from what we saw, kings or even earl can have more than one wife.
In a lot of cultures it happens.
In a lot of cultures also that could happen. And I think that Gunhild preferred that to make it official, but just by being then just to have Bjorn just cheat.
Well, that's the thing. Why Bjorn was gonna do it anyway. Some people would say, if you're gonna do it anyway, stop making a fool out of me. Make it official. Do it in front of everyone, and show to people that I know about it. I'm not a fool. Mm-hmm. I'm not blind to what you're doing, and I'm okay with it.
Because otherwise, it would have been way worse if it's just King Bjorn is cheating on his wife and her back. Doesn't know about it and just fooling around with other women.
It's an insult to her to do it at all, and it's an insult to do it in secret. So now when she figured it out, she's like, if you're going to do it anyway, might as well do it in public,
Marry the girl. Don't give your choice, you're going to marry the girl.
But I'm like, this polyamorous couples are a thing. Like, if everyone agrees to it, if everyone is open to it, and no one makes sacrifices for the other one to be happy in this way, I'm like, go for it. Like, which is why I was like, when Witzig and Ubbe were all over Margaret,
sharing Margaret.
Yeah, they were all in love. Like, they all loved each other. The brothers sleeping together might have been a bit weird, but at least they were open to the idea of both of them sharing the same girl.
Yeah, but Witzig technically never wed Margaret.
No, I know, but he was okay with Ubbe marrying her, and Ubbe was okay with Margaret, going to Witzig if she wanted to be with him. Mm-hmm. It was okay between them, but none of them had to really make a sacrifice and be like, I'm gonna, cry myself to sleep whenever I'm alone in bed as my husband or wife is sleeping with someone I don't love and don't appreciate, but I'll do it because it's my duty, you know? If one of them has to suffer through it, it's not okay. So, yeah. I've never loved this side of Bjorn. I will say it again.
Yeah.
Which is why whenever it happens on screen, I'm like, I'm probably not going to put this in the editing.
Alright, I am glad that Torvi
Didn't die
in childbirth.
It
She
could
would have
happen.
been a great warrior if she did, but I'm so glad that she's still alive. She had a son. And I do not believe that just by praying to God and or gods, the child would have just turned on itself before being born.
No, but it's, for them, it's, this episode had a lot of Christians versus,
This episode has a lot about
pagans.
hypocrisy, you mean?
well,
Yeah. Hypocrisy.
no, but a lot, 3 times in this episode, they brought up, you know, Christians versus Vikings and pagans and stuff. The, which to me is funny because, like, well, hypocrisy, when it comes to Ubbe, who's like, I shall kill you because you're a Christian. And I'm like, dude, did you forget, like, one season ago, you were Christian.
We're baptized.
So
So we're praying to the God. to God.
I do think, though, that since he is home, and he has decided to go back to his gods, and he doesn't believe in the Christian God anymore, and he's made that decision, like, it was a moment of uncertainty for him, and now that he's home, surrounded by Vikings, this is what they believe in, this is the way of the land, this is the way of the culture, this is how they all work. Having this guy show up when his baby is about to be born, and it's going badly, and instead of praying for the Viking gods, he prays to the Christian God. It's kind of like forcing Ubbe to owe one to the Christian God.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he got mad. I'm like, dude, you were Christian. You have no right, and you're technically friends with all.
God, remember that you used to be one of his horror, and he's gonna help you.
Like, if your baby is alive, take all the help you need. And he's friends with Alfred and all the people over in Wessex. So
What
I'm
is
like,
the coincidence, though, that this guy's name is Athelstan?
well, like you said, the name means a lot to the family, right? So, yeah, I don't
see the
trust this
irony in
guy.
it.
I don't trust this guy. I think that he's trying to, you know, appeal to Ubbe because he wants to go back here, and which is why he told him about Floki, even though Flatnose is trying to keep it, you know, under wraps.
So Floki is alive, and he left naked?
Yeah, he didn't believe in anything else, so he left. I'm surprised he met this guy before he did leave, but apparently he gave him his ring and
You
left
think
him.
maybe he's the one to took him out of the cave because he was technically buried alive in this.
Well, he could have gotten out
In the
himself.
cave.
Well, you keep saying he was buried alive. We don't really know how he was.
Cave in.
We don't know how he was after. Maybe he was okay. Maybe, you know, there was still a path out. We don't know what happened. All we know is he made it out. And got out and got away naked, apparently. He's going to try to find his faith again. He's going to try to find life. He's going to try to find a way to keep living. Because now it's true, he doesn't believe in shit. He thought he was on this island for the gods, and then he ended up following the signs and finding Christian cross. So this is...
But it is a good sign that both religion, both the Norse god and the Christian god, can cohabit together. If we think about it technically, the Christian god saved a Norse baby.
Well, I think the nurse...
One can live with the others, you know?
Pretty sure it was the nurse who did something.
She did nothing. The baby changed up.
And
The baby
Tori-
switched by
Well,
itself.
the baby did a few things. Like, I mean, if you want to see it that way, see it that way.
Because from 6th season, we are reminded that both can live together with Athelstan and Ragnar.
Oh, no,
Ubbe
yeah.
being baptized as Christian and just leaving.
No, but for that, yes.
Making friends with Alfred and
The
everyone.
people who, you know, even though they might believe in different gods and follow different religions, could definitely live together if they were open-minded enough to accept someone who doesn't believe in their gods into their midst. It's what happened with Athelstan and Ragnar. It's what happened with, you know, the Vikings being accepted eventually in Wessex. Even though in Wessex they kind of forced them to get baptized, which technically it doesn't mean they accepted them, but yeah. They do have a settlement over there with people that didn't get baptized, who are, you know, living with the farmers of Wessex and stuff, so that's happening.
Can you imagine, though, in the sky, you got the Norse god and God just chilling together and said, Why are they killing each other over nothing? We're friends back up here.
We're the
Come
same
on.
people, guys. Stop it.
Come on.
Jesus, why don't you come over for barbecue? Thanks, Odin. I'll bring Thor over. Buddha, bring the seasoning.
Oh gosh, but
Okay.
yeah.
There's actually, there's an anime about Buddha and Jesus being roommates and living in I think it's New York or California.
Really?
Yeah, there's an anime about this.
I'll have
Okay,
to
the more
watch
you
it.
know.
I have to watch it.
Anyway, it's time to eat, because it's really getting late. So we will stop this here, and yeah, we'll see you back, guys, for the next episode. If you want to
For
see it, the finale,
finale
yes.
Season 6 part 1, yeah.
If you want to see the finale right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be a bit later, like tomorrow. So you can check it out if you want. The link is in the description. So
And if you don't, you can have the next one to sail next week on YouTube, guys. So we're gonna see you in a week.
bye.